I talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Hey, you the one that say that. You and me go way back. When this whole thing over, I'ma send my invoice payday. You don't wanna say that. You don't want this payback. I keep my composure. This my kingdom, nigga. Stay back. We had a couple of moments. You had a choice, nigga, on it. Your real colors, they showing. I'm real, nigga. I'm focused. When I come around, I'm fly with it. Stay moving, do buy with it. New sound, just vibe with it. Same truth, and we die with it. I see it like it's an optical. I never sit on the fence. Nothing to me is impossible. Music of me to the end. Most of the shit is illogical. All of y'all niggas depend on what they pretend. Just think with your head. Stop looking at trends. You wearing your eyes like it's topical. Clearly now, the pain is gone. The fame is on, and they play my songs. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, it's real. Yeah, I ain't talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. New era, I got y'all. Real gang, we pop off, no knockoffs. Open eyes, we watch out. Mobilize, won't cop out. COVID-19 cops out, don't flop now. Open skies, we fly now. New agenda, they try now. Most y'all getting real scared of the headlines, we find out. End game getting real near. If you don't know, you behind now. Behind the times, government hide behind the lines. Most brands trying to monetize. All of us have to stay inside, don't socialize. Talk is talk, and move is move. When I come in, bitch, I change the rule. Got things to do, I done pay my dues. But where was you? Nigga, where was you? I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. I said, take a look around you, nigga, find your way, babe. Find your way, babe. Find your way, babe.
Swole Normuth.
The sun is shining. The birds are chirping.
Shine on
the
me, baby.
bacon
Come
is
on.
sizzling.
Come on, son. Shine on,
Welcome
daddy.
to the Daily Swole.
I am the daily motherfucking swole. I am the swole. Testing. Testing. Testicles. Testing. Testicles. Oh, welcome everyone to episode 1425 of the Daily Mother, a swole, the most muscular swolecast, beardcast, broadcast, gangcast, mancast, a pimpcast, a sleazecast, and slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What is going on, beaches, booshes, bustas, hustles, and yo hoes? It's your boy Papa Swolio back with another episode. What's going on, yas beaches? How are we doing, yas beaches, yas booshes? You sexy motherfuckers. You sexy motherfuckers, look at you. Oh my God, you're looking fantastic, Papa Swolio. Look at your beard. Look at your beard. You look great. Oh my God. I'm so happy to be here. Y'all. Oh my God. How we doing? How are we doing? Welcome. Willkommen, everyone. Nicholas, welcome. At work listening to the Daily Swole. This is empty, by the way. This Hydro Flask is empty. I just saw it on the screen. That's empty. No need for that. Taking up quality screen time from Tess Hornaday. So make sure there you go. Good girl. There you go. She's been losing weight. In this quarantine. That's right. Little Tess Hornaday's losing. You're looking lean. Lean as fuck. I do something about that hair though. I don't know. Okay. So welcome to episode 1425. If it's your first time, if you're brand new to the sleaze, make sure you drop some cherry emojis. Is Papa Swolio? Am I popping your cherry? Poppy. Anyone's first time? First timers? Anyone?
Yow.
Come on.
Yow.
I know some of you. I know someone's in here. Someone's new in here. I can smell it. I can smell the fresh meat. Oh, that's what she said. I can smell it. Smell that shit. Fuck easy. Yeah, so fuck easy is a little bit different. It's like, how should you be fucking normally? It's like, fuck easy. We could say, all right, fuck easy. It should be hard. That's what she said. But then you could also be like, how you like to fuck? And you could be like, I like to fuck easy. I like to fuck easy. Hi, my name's Antonio. I like to fuck easy. I like to fuck easy. I don't know why I chose Antonio. My name, my new alter ego is Antonio. And I like to fuck easy. Swole card 1425. Antonio likes to fuck easy. Antonio does. That's what Antonio says. That's what she says. That's what she said. That's what Antonio said. Fuck easy. That's what Antonio said. Hashtag Antonio. Yolanda, it's not your first time. Stop it. Stop it. That cherry was popped long ago. Long ago. I took care of that. Long time ago. Long time ago. Will, that pretty much sums up the episode. That pretty much sums it up. Will, hashtag fuck easy. We don't want easy. We want that shit that works. We want shit that fucking works. If it works, who cares if it's easy? Who cares if it's easy? Everyone wants a simple solution, whether it's for weight loss, whether it's for building muscle. Everyone wants the simple solution. However, it's like, do you really want simple? Do you really want a simple solution, or do you want something that works? Who cares if it's hard? Well, that's not what she said, but it only matters if it works. Make sure it works. If it works, cool. If it doesn't work, well, now you have something to discuss. Now we got something else to talk about. It only matters if it works. Only matters if it works. If it's hard, good. It'll work better if it's hard. It'll work better if it's hard. That's what she said. She said she did this episode. This episode is sponsored by she. It's sponsored by she. Sunshine 98, welcome, welcome. Kashina, it's not your first time either. Validus Branham. It's not my first time, Papa, but you always pop my cherry. Just gets you right here, man. Validus, you validate my emotions and my love for you. Oh, God, emotional episode. This is deep. This got deep really quick. That's what she said. Damn, we could do that the whole fucking episode. My goodness. My goodness. Oh, no. No, I just forgot about that. I forgot about that. That's right. That's right. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm just going to, I got to make a note. Let's see. Hold on. All right. Had to do something really quick. You don't appreciate it if you don't earn it. That's true. Fuck Easy is a secret bar still selling alcohol during the prohibition. Fuck Easy. Fuck Easy. It's a speakeasy. I'm sure they still do have fuck easies. I mean, if a speakeasy is where you drink, I'm sure they're still having fuck easies. I just tried to pour coffee with the top closed. So it's that kind of day for me, everyone. Yeah. Interested to see how that workout's going to turn out for me today. You know, it's one of those days when you try to pour coffee, like, what the fuck? And it won't open. Oh, it won't come out? Why won't it come out? Well, Papa Swolio did not even take the top off. Oh, you're welcome, Sherry. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for all the amazing content you're producing for all of us. It's so incredible. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that I'm making the content for someone. You know, like, you have to watch it. You have to be here. So it takes both of us. It takes all of us. It takes a village. Well, like that, do a push-up every time I say, that's what she said. Hey-oh. Hey-oh. Cerny, Papa, saw your YouTube video today. I don't know what you said, but I couldn't stop staring at your ripped shoulders. Oh, I thank you. Look at you all tickling my pickle. Look at you all making me feel all warm inside, all warm and cuddly. I'm feeling all warm and cuddly like. It puts the gains on its body. It gets the muscles swole. Yeah, how are you guys liking all the brand new Swollen 7s? Have you tried them all? Have you tried them all? been moving some stuff around. If you've noticed some things like missing or popping back and forth, sometimes you have to like do like a re-upload, or sometimes I'm just shifting things around or retitling something. But how many of you have tried them all? I mean, I don't know if any of you have done them all. That's a lot of stuff in one day, but all the new releases. So we have Swollen 7 Repair and Swollen 7 Dumbbell, those sections, and excited to fill them up. I'm excited to fill it up. That's what she said. Yes. Yes.
Yes, precious. Yes, yes, Smeagol. Why does it make gains, Smeagol?
Oh, this coffee is hitting me right. Whenever I do this, it's like a real good cup of coffee. Whenever I do this, it's like when you do like the cat's claw, about to fucking claw something. It's that kind of caffeine boost. Oh my God, no fucking way. You ran out of coffee? Taylor, you better fix that shit. I just ordered a bunch of coffee today. Always have extra. You never run out. Never run out of coffee. And I mean, you never want to have old coffee, but at the same time, keep like an emergency bag. Keep an emergency bag or emergency grounds or something in like a Tupperware. Seal it off, vacuum pack it, keep like an emergency supply. Legit. That's probably a great way to do it. Vacuum seal something. You get the coffee in, you vacuum seal it that way. I don't know. I mean, maybe coffee's supposed to breathe a little bit once it's packaged. I don't know. I'm not a coffee expert. I know what I like. What do you like? How do you like to drink your coffee? Drop that in the comments. Let's do that. Let's do some coffee talk. I know it's 5 o'clock Eastern time, but for some of you, it might be the morning. For some of you, it might be 2 o'clock. And for some of us, it's 5 o'clock. And you're like, well, I'm drinking coffee anyway, because what else am I going to do with my life? I'm got to train. I got to meditate. I got to fucking do yoga. I got to take care of myself. But it's like, I'm fucking drinking my coffee, peeps. I'm drinking my coffee. I am fortifying my body with some delicious, delicious cafecito. Oscar, following your recommendation yesterday, doing a Swollen 7 repair right now after my workout. Oscar, after you do it, start a post in the Facebook group. Start a post in the Swole fam and let everyone know what you think about it. If you liked it right after, I think that's going to be the game changer for how people are going to use repair, because as you see the new releases that come out, they're all focused on certain areas. So you have one for the hips or the inner hips or the adductors or the TFL. You have ones on the hip flexors. And then all the future rounds moving forward, once we go through the entire body, going to have a lot more stuff, like more advanced. So all the new rounds are just going to go deeper. That's what she said. There's going to be more variety, so they're all targeted on certain areas. So let me know, let everyone know how you liked it. Even in the comments right now, if you enjoyed it. I think that's the best way to use it. Just like the Swollen 7 mobility is great for a warm-up at the beginning of your workout. That's what's recommended to do for your general and specific warm-up. Get your heart rate up, get your sweat going, get your body kind of kicking in gear, and then you do a little bit of Swollen 7 mobility. Steven, the brain gains have been helping me unwind after work and get ready for bed during this chaotic time. Great chance to wind down and recenter. 1,000%. I mean, I do my meditation in the morning, and sometimes I try to also do it later on the day, and usually anytime as needed. And of course, the more you practice, the more you kind of take a couple minutes or a couple moments. Have you all found that too? Those of you that have started doing a lot more meditation now since quarantines and just in general, have you found yourself pausing and doing a solid couple moments or a minute or two of meditation where you don't have to do a formal 10 or 20 minute or 30 plus minute session where you do like maybe a couple breaths, or you do 20 seconds, or you do a minute, you just pause. How many of you have started doing like little pauses during the day when you find those emotions kind of arising, you kind of feel things coming to the surface a little bit, your trigger and, your mindfulness, really your awareness of where you're at during the day and the moment. And the thing is, the more you live in the moment, the more you focus on meditation, the more you practice being present, you notice those emotions coming up. And if you're really truly present, those emotions usually have no connection. That's the benefit, or one of the benefits of mindfulness, is if you're actually present and you're feeling what you're feeling right now, you can look at that feeling and that anxiety or that stress or that rage or something start to surface. And in the moment, if you're really present, you're like, this is out of place. This has no connection to anything. This is just a feeling in itself. And then when you give it attention like that, it usually dissipates because it doesn't make sense, because you realize it's not connected. There's no logical connection between those feelings, those physical manifestations, and the thought that just pops into your fucking head. You're going to have those thoughts no matter what. You're always going to have thoughts. You're going to have thoughts you don't like. You're going to have thoughts you do like. You're going to have thoughts whether you want them or not. It's how you connect it, or how that triggers or leads. It's pretty much that system. You're reprogramming your mind. Okay, when that happens, hey, don't boot up this program. Don't launch this app. Don't launch the anxiety app when that happens. And once you realize, oh, that happened, and then you don't boot up the app anymore, and then you're not anxious anymore. And you're like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Well, that's different. And that's the reason why meditation goes after. That's why brain gains is important, separate from doing your physical training, because physical training doesn't give you that skill. It simply does not. The only thing that gives you that skill is direct training for your mind. That gives you the skill to handle those issues in real time when it matters. Just like when you lift and you lift heavy things, it gives you the muscle and your body will rebuild. So when you have to lift heavy things in the future, hey, you are prepared for that. The same way when you strengthen your brain, when you have to deal with mental challenges, you're able to handle it because you're strong enough. If you're not, those are the people that are bored. Those are the people that are freaking out. Those are the people that are depressed. Those are the people that don't have their shit together right now because they're not prepared. And the great thing is you can start training with it today. You don't need any equipment. You can start training with it today. You can start focusing on that kind of training today. And you need zero equipment. And even starting training today, you don't need to train for 10 years to be able to lift 200 pounds. You can make massive progress with meditation in a short period of time because it just makes you more aware and it changes your perspective on what things that are happening. And it really you make a lot of progress really fast in my experience. You're welcome, Kashina. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Gorillas. Gorillas for you. Yes, gorillas. Hope you like it. I bought emergency coffee. Emergency coffee. Emergency coffee. Let's see. Black coffee all the way. Oh my God. I would die if I ran out of coffee. Yeah, I'm still buying coffee. It's still available. The good thing is, even on Amazon, the good thing is there's so many, even if your favorite brand, there's so many brands of coffee. There's so many quality micro roasters, and there's so many good brands out there. There's so many good, there's so many good cups of coffee that you can have. And you know what's going to happen? Even if yours is out, you can find another one that's so good. There's so much good coffee out there. Load it up. I absolutely would recommend getting bands. Birdie, I'm going to do some Swollen 7 in a bit. I love the core, the Swollen 7 core. I only have dumbbells and a bar. I would recommend getting bands. The great thing about bands is they're great for, it's going to be very important for a lot of the content coming up because as you noticed from the polls, most people have bands. When we did the poll in the group and I asked, what equipment do you have? By far, the highest percentage of the piece of equipment that people have are bands. Bands, foam roller, dumbbell, and then everything else down the list. So a lot of you have multiples of these. You have bands and you have dumbbells and you have a bench, but some people only have bands. They're very inexpensive. You can still find them. They're portable. You can anchor them. You can get so many different angles, which is great. You can do upper body. You could do lower body. And honestly, there are benefits to both types of bands. You can get gloves and get the actual just the loop bands. You can get handles that attach onto those loop bands. You can use them just with bare hands. You can get a door anchor. You can also I personally have both. I have the loop bands and I also have the ones like the whole door anchor system and different attachments and handles and a rope and stuff for my bands. I have like extended nylon hookups because the door that I have to anchor it to is in a little bit of a hallway. So I'm not getting like the full complete high angle unless I go right up to the door. So usually when I'm in here with the bench or I'm in here with another piece of equipment, I stretch it over into the room with extenders. That way it's hooked into the door, but then I have nylon like extensions like looped together and hooked together with carabiners and stuff and different things. So I could reach in here and have more space for certain exercises, but you do the best you can. But bands are extremely effective. And there's going to be a lot more of band content in general. I'm going to be putting out a lot of stuff, not just in the Swollen 7, but I have other plans and stuff that I haven't mentioned it. I mentioned this briefly, but I was vague about it in the accountability meeting yesterday about what's being developed. So a lot of good stuff with bands are coming for sure. We got some bulletproof coffee, a tea person. All right, tea is good. Tea is good. Black, blacker, and blackest. I do like black coffee too. Bulletproof coffee, black coffee. I can go both ways. That's what she said. I do bulletproof coffee. I also do black coffee. I do both. Black with 16 shots? No fucking way. I'm not buying it. You don't do 16 shots of espresso. You'd be dead. You'd be dead in a sip. Get the fuck out of here. The only people, and really I've seen this because I used to work when I was in college. Somewhere after my first year of college, I worked at a coffee shop just for like, a part-time summer job type thing. Small town and stuff. So there was a rehab house. There's a rehab house, like a halfway house, and a lot of people would come in, on the weekends especially. It was a small town, so you have a lot of people coming up from the city. You have a lot of people coming up on motorcycles and just going up to like antique stores and stuff like that. And it'd be a big hangout place in the small town main street. So there would be people coming in from that used to be recovering drug addicts, and they would get like the frozen cappuccino, the frozen mochaccino, cappuccino, I believe, so like one of those little slushy machines, and get like 8 shots of espresso, or they would get that fucking 8 shots or 4 shots. They would always get these multiple, triple or quadruple, just ridiculous coffees. And if you buy that at a store, you buy that at a coffee shop, especially like a gourmet coffee shop, that's an expensive drink. That's an expensive drink because every shot's like $1, or back then it was like what, $1.50 or something like that for a shot. You get 4 or 5 shots, you're spending $8 or $9 on a fucking cup of coffee at least. That's ridiculous. Gotta wean off that shit. My God, right? It's like you're just swapping out one addiction for another. Mandy Lynn Aviles. I've upped my yoga practice thanks to quarantine this last 3 weeks. It's hard to find a moment to meditate with a 12-month-old who has happy screams or is teething all day. Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, that's also even a better practice because you don't need peace and quiet. You don't need quiet for meditation. It's actually really beneficial. I do it oftentimes in the office because I want to balance out any kind of stress or any kind of like work. I don't like to necessarily go into a meditation room where it's like a quiet, peaceful. I like to build my skill around noise in not necessarily super controlled environments or in environments where I might normally encounter stress. So if I'm in here and I'm working and I'm doing stuff and maybe I have a lot going on, I want this to be the same room or the same place where I'm also able to like hit the pause button and bring it back down. So I feel like that's also how people kind of miss the point of meditation if they're always trying to look for like a quiet place. Not that you could find a quiet place if you wanted to, Mandy, just because you have a young one, but you can still do it during it. Meditation can be even more important and more effective in that way. Just a thought. Linda, yes, mini meditations help to reset my day and to ground myself back to the moment and feelings of gratitude instead of stress. Good stuff. Patrick Enriquez, I like to do 5-minute pauses and I do deep breathing. Jesse, I call that short midday mindfulness. Quote, fuck the fucking fuckers. Fuck your fucking face, Uncle Fucker. A little South Park action. Come on. Where my South Park fans at? That would be a good thing to go through. Hey, quarantine, go through every episode of South Park. Oh my God, your brain would be jelly. Jelly. And it would take you a while. That would probably take you through the entire quarantine. Nana Love, brain gains are helping me so much to not get stuck in anxiety. I just let them pass over. I always feel better after. Things are just calmer and I make better decisions. Good for you. Good for you. Anna Victoria, it's been helping me to do brain gains in the morning. I'm thinking of it as a habit like brushing my teeth. Yes, it should be the first thing you do in your day. It's one of the best things to do first thing in the morning. You wake up, boom. Yeah, how many of you watched today's video about getting bored? I saw a couple of you dropped it in the comments. How many of you saw today's video about being bored? I did this on the Swole YouTube channel. Did you guys catch that? Fucking went off a little bit. Just a little bit, a little taste. Got some more nuts on chin. I'm in that kind of mood. I'm in that kind of mood for some extra sack. I think there's a lot of sack that needs to be slung. It's one thing to use quarantine and coronavirus and talk about that and use that in your title and this, that, and the other. Yeah, let's not use this as a negative. I want to see either you're on the front lines and you're working your fucking ass off and you still have a job and you're doing it, you're getting it done, you're taking care of your family, you're sick, you're dealing with sick people, you're fucking on that aspect of the coronavirus, okay? You're in there. You're doing stuff, you're creating masks, you're doing, you're in the supply chain, you're that. Or you're one of the people that are home. Anyone that's home, anyone that's like, hey, you can only go to the bank, go to the supermarket, do the necessities, and then stay the fuck away from people. Myself included, all of us that are, under this stay at home thing, no fucking excuse to be bored. I do not want to hear that at all. I do not want to hear boredom. I mean, it might slip out of our mouths once in a while just because it's like an impulse, but you better check that shit real quick. There's no reason to be anywhere close to being fucking bored. Here's what I was thinking about, and I talked about this in the pre-roll of the podcast, but think about this. You ready? Think about this. What is it with people and this boredom, or what is it with people and the social distancing? When you go out in public, most of the time, you don't want to see most of those people anyway. When you go places, you're like, oh, I wish all these people weren't here. Or look at these fucking jabronis over here. You don't want to be around most of those jabronis anyway. So can we all just stop bitching and moaning about, oh my God, I miss being around people. I miss going to places. You don't want to see these jabronis anyway. Don't lie. Most of the time you're like, oh, look at this fucktard. Like, what are you missing out on? This is the best part. This is excellent. I think most of us are like, what's the problem? This is the best thing ever. I don't have to be around people. Like, I'm not supposed to be around people. Sweet. I fucking hate people. That's what most people are I think a lot of people are realizing, oh shit, this is so much better. You mean I don't have to deal with anyone's bullshit? You mean I don't have to deal with anyone's shit? This is fucking great. Right? That's the first thing that I think about. That's the first thing I think about is people are full of shit. Everyone's like, fucking bro, this is great. Don't have to deal with anyone's shit. Come on. See, I like to deal with your shit. See, I'm a public person. I'm out here like this. I mean, I'm not a real big fan of going to massively crowded things and being around. I don't mind hanging out with people. That's something that's different. But I like spending my time specifically. I like more intimate time. Like when I'm talking to my friends, if I go and I usually like hanging out with one person at a time. This is usually how I work. I like being more one-on-one because you actually get to spend time with someone. I'm not a big fan of groups, especially when it comes to actually spending time with someone. That's just how I am. Even things like interviews and podcasts and things like that. It's like if you know it's being recorded, you're not really having an intimate conversation. That's why I don't do a lot of those, and I realize that. That's why I don't do a lot of recorded conversations, because if I talk to someone that I want to talk to, I want to talk to them. I don't want to record it. I don't want to, because it's bullshit. You're not really saying what you think. You're not really saying what you feel. You are, but it's also being recorded. So it's a whole different thing. You can't get around that bias. So, I just like that intimacy of like actually talking to someone, spending time and having like all the attention on each other. I think that's the best way to communicate. I think that's the way it should be. But, come on, who's really suffering from this? Fuck most of you beaches. Most people suck. Most people suck. Like all the people that are still on the beaches in Florida. Yeah, you fucking assholes. You fucking assholes. Thank you, Oscar. Appreciate it. I don't think I read that. I don't think I read that post. I'm trying to scroll up and find it. Where was that? Oscar, I had it on the screen for a while. Swollen 7 repair is definitely going to be a must do after my workouts from now on. I love the tennis ball foot rollouts. Nice. Good stuff. Yeah, you posted that shit. Yeah, post that shit. John, long-term perception is so overlooked mentally as well. I'm no longer enslaved to that immediate feeling reaction to a situation. My mindfulness My mindfulness analyses analyzes an issue and says, why? Get over it. True. Cerny, hey, brain gains works so well for my depression. The deeper I get into it, the better it works. I honestly don't know how I survived my crazy without it. Love it. Yeah, both of you, John and Cerny, 100,000%. No doubt. Let's see here. I'm scrolling all the way down. And groups of people are usually stupid. Usually. Yeah, usually. I'm an introvert too, Mr. Swole. Yeah, I mean, I am, but I'm also just, I don't like wasting my time. And most people are too frivolous with their time. Legit. Most people just use it and spend it like it's as if you have more of it. If that most people don't use their time wisely. Most people value their money over their time. Your time is literally, time and health, literally the two most invaluable assets. You can't put a price on your health, and you can't put any price on time. No matter what you have, no matter what you do, you're losing time. Always. Constant hourglass, just running out. And you spend a lot of time with, that's why community, that's why your environment, who and what you surround yourself with, the first pillar of Swolenormous, that's why it's so fucking important. It's the most valuable thing you goddamn have. And if you're spending it with a shitty person, you are wasting your life. You are giving more than money. You're giving your time. You're giving your existence on earth to that fuck bag. Cut them out of your goddamn life yesterday. Like mercilessly rip the Band-Aid off. Just fucking ditch them. You know, maybe if they're a little bit closer to you, okay, but get yourself out of that situation. More people need to be brutally honest and stop jerking each other around and stop pretending that you want to spend time with someone. If you want to spend time with them, spend time with them. Now, obviously, socially distance yourself, call them, text them, reach out. Don't fucking spend time with people that suck dick. I mean, if you're hanging around with women okay, women can suck. I mean, guys can suck. I mean, I don't know. It's 2020. I did guess everything sucks a dick now and again these days. I don't even know anymore. You're doing something. Okay? You're doing some kind of oral. Let's just put it that way. Aaron's like, I like rabbits. I'm a rabbit myself. I'm a furry. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Here come the furries. Fuck. Oh my God. Here come the furries. Meow, 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 meow. I don't know why I made rabbit noises. Meow, 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 meow. I just picture people in rabbit costumes and animal costumes just hopping in the door. Oh my God. Like a trippy LSD Beatles music video. And all of a sudden you see like rabbits floating around with like human faces. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining me for episode 1425 of The Sleaze. Thank you so much for awkward silence. Mandy Lynn, I miss having childcare during my workouts. At least it is temporary. Childcare during your workouts or this situation? This is going to be a lot less temporary than people think. We're going to be on this stay-at-home shit for a couple months. I would be shocked if it's not. So get used to that, fam. Get used to that. Get used to that shit. You know, that's another. People are really thinking that we're going to get out of this fast. I think there's going to be a lot of realizations happening real soon. Or not, but we're going to have some problems if people don't realize and get their mental health in order and stop eating garbage fucking food. The fact that fast food restaurants are still serving and pumping out shit, it's disgusting. Anyway. Harvard studies were saying 2 years. 2 years for being able to go outside, or you mean go back to everything? I've read many things that say months, if not years. Yeah, see, June is when it's supposed to potentially peak, which means it's going to be nowhere close to June. That's like what the general consent. I mean, Who the fuck knows? This shit changes day by day. Why don't you all drop in the comments what you're aware of? I don't watch the news. I really have unplugged big time from it. I get the general local stuff that I need locally, but you can't be fucking your eye holes all the time with that stuff. So you guys can drop that down, what you've heard of the latest. A lot of this is hearsay too, and then people drop in the comments and someone says something that's really, they heard a medical professional say best case scenario, and then someone else drops in the worst case scenario, and everyone's just dropping in scenarios. And I was like, oh my God, scratching their nipples off, like, what am I gonna do? I'm so bored. I'm so bored. I'm stuck in this fucking quarantine. I can't go anywhere. I can't go anywhere and do all the things I love doing, like, oh wait, I could do everything I need to do at home. Okay, never mind. It's not so bad. Listen, fam, I can work out. Okay, no problem. I can do yoga. Okay, no problem. I can meditate. Okay, no problem. I can eat food. Okay, no problem. I can do the things I need to do to take care of my motherfucking body. And so can you. Well, they keep extending it because that's what happens. You have to extend it. You have to go short so people are not worried. 2 weeks? Oh my God, 2 weeks. Get the fuck out of here. It was never 2 weeks. I was saying that from the beginning. It's not 2 weeks. That's just the first thing. It's going to be months. They just have to say that because if they say, okay, stay inside for 3 months, people will lose their fucking mind. Look, Disney, I told you all this. I mentioned this yesterday. Disney has closed indefinitely. It says indefinitely. Okay? They're not even picking a date to open. They're probably going to redo their entire park with state of the art. They know they're making plans. They're fucking completely pulling the plug, and they're going to float until they can get back up. They're going to go all digital, of course. But I think they're going to go all in on digital, and also they're going to go all in on making state of the art sanitization. They're probably going to redo their entire fucking park or something on the chance that it comes back eventually. So people go there and it's just like you're in a dome, you're in a bubble of fucking purity. Just a pure dome. Taylor Moore, question about Swolenormous X. Is it safe for pregnant women? Yes, as long as you only do the stuff that you're medically cleared to do from your doctor, from your physician. And that goes with everything. There's no real like plyometrics. So any exercise that you're not supposed to do, don't do. So yeah, I mean, you could do yoga. We don't have prenatal yoga specifically, but you can still practice yoga as long as you don't do moves that your physician says not to do. So make sure you check with your physician and have him or her tell you what should you be doing, what should you not be doing, and then follow those guidelines. I'm not going to tell you it's okay if your follow your doctor's recommendations. But there are women that have been pregnant, that are pregnant, that all sorts. And anyone else in the comments that is maybe you were pregnant when you're in Swolenormous X. I don't know who has been pregnant in X, like right off the top of my head, or that's watching live. So if you're a member, or if your wife is a member, or whatever, just drop that in the comments. Maybe if you have some more context. But certainly you can do a lot of stuff. You can do a lot of exercise when you're pregnant. So as long as you're cleared for those moves, for sure. But it's meant for all levels and all ages and all experience. There's like advanced programs. There's more beginner stuff. There are chair yoga classes. There's a lot of different things. So as long as you're cleared, you shouldn't have a problem at all. In Spain, they say they're reaching peak now. That's something nice to hear. One thing that's nice to hear. Let's see here. There was a Harvard study saying 2 years with intermediate suspensions of isolation. Oh, you mean like having little mini peaks, like having little outbreaks here and again, and then cutting off and then isolating? I think it's going to be weird. I think it's going to be weird when people start to go back and then it peaks again. I mean, how many people are actually not going to go back? I mean, let's say they release the stay-at-home order in a month or two. And how many people do you think are just going to rush out and go places? Do you think a lot of people are going to be like, I can't wait to go out? Or do you think people are really going to be like, hey, I don't really know if it's even, because I'm not going to be in that first group that rushes outside. I'm not going to be the first group that fucking gets that second peak going. No fucking way. A lot of people are going to rush out and go doing stuff, and then it's going to come back around. So People have to be very clear about that. That's going to be the hard part, is actually once you're allowing people to go back out, preventing those rushes, because everyone's going to go to bars. Everyone's going to go to those crowded places. Everyone's going to go to the mall. Everyone's going to fucking rush out. Everyone's going to go to the beaches, because they fucking still are. They still are going. If they didn't close the malls, if they didn't close the bars, dumb fucks would still be there. And dumb fucks are still on the fucking beach. Right now, dumb fucks are still on the fucking beach. So imagine if they loosen those orders or those recommendations. Yeah, it's not going to get better. Yeah. By the time we're allowed back out, my spleen would have grown back. Hey, the best way to grow organs is quarantine, apparently. When Disney closed, we all should have known we were fucked. Well, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That's pretty much bringing in Florida's income, right? All the revenue from Florida. Look at this. We got another hair going on here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There we go. There we go. Isn't that nice? Isn't that special? Isn't that nice? Beautiful. Beautiful. Now we got that locked down. We got the hair all locked down. I agree. No reason to be bored. That's a bullshit excuse. Oh, when do we get Swollen 7 for the bedroom, Papa? That's what she said. I think most people already have their Swollen, it's already Swollen 7. It's probably Swollen 2. Swollen 2 for the bedroom. Put in hole. Move violently. You are completed. Oh, no shit. Brian Bodner, I'm still working. I manage a restaurant. So you're doing takeout and delivery only, I'm assuming? Where at? What state? Yeah, those are phenomenal. Sean Ackerman, my kids already using the Body Elastics bands. They love it. The Body Elastics bands are phenomenal. I love them. I have the whole kit and some additional stuff and the bars and stuff. They're great. It's excellent. I had a whole set. I had a bunch of them a long time ago, but I remember what happened. This is a long time ago. It might even been like 10 years or more. But I left them, this is when I was doing a lot more in-person, or a lot more. This is when I was doing in-person training a long time ago. And I think I was keeping the bands just in a bag, but they were just in the trunk of the car. And I just never thought, I just kind of kept them there. But of course, in Florida, the heat, that's like the last place you want to keep bands. You don't want to keep them in the heat. Out of the sun, of course. It's a standard band care, just basic fucking common sense that I didn't use. And eventually they just kind of get they just started deteriorating and getting overstretched. And you could see them getting kind of clear in this. And I just threw them out. I think one started to rip or one broke. I forget. And I was like, all right, done. Can't have a client or myself, or you don't want anyone getting fucking hit in the face with something. So make sure you're taking care of your fucking bands. Take care of that shit. Yeah, I think that's going to be the habit for a lot of people. Mandy, I think people will be afraid to be around people. I'm already feeling that way. Well, I mean, you should be. You should be afraid. I mean, afraid, you should be just very conscious and very protective and very aware when people are around. Social distancing. Gotta love those new phrases and those new sayings already. Social distancing is a absolute fucking fundamental part of our culture now. Social distancing. I keep myself away socially. I distance myself. John, I just heard today from my employer, work at home has been extended until June. So that's 3 more months, or 2 more months at least, until June, unless it's the end of June. From what I heard, Indiana has 500 plus cases and a hotspot for this mess. Well, that's the thing. A lot of these smaller areas that everyone's like, oh, there's nothing there. There's no cases there. Those are just the ones, if you have 100, those are the ones that you know. You probably have 5 times the amount, and it's spreading nonstop until you actually start testing there. So by the time you start testing these small areas, you realize, oh, there's a ton of cases there. We just didn't have the tests for it. And it's in comparison to the other ones, but small areas grow into large areas in terms of outbreaks and, yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Vertun 2002. How do you get your vitamin D without going outside if you also can't tolerate supplements because of autoimmune issues? Why would you not go outside? Can't you go outside and get it? Like, you only need like 10 minutes. And there must be some supplements that you can consume. You probably just haven't found one that does not contain the issues. I mean, there are certain fillers that they put in supplements that can cause problems. So when I was finding or looking for a magnesium supplement that I liked, one gave me nasty acid reflux, nasty. And it was like timed release. And I realized I didn't look at the ingredients properly. I thought I was looking in the wrong place for them. I guess I forget when I ordered them. I think I mentioned this story. I forget I purchased them and I don't know. I thought I was looking at, when you have like multiple tabs open on Amazon or you add a couple things to your cart. This is a while ago. You add a couple things to your cart and then you kind of go back and forth and you compare, right? So I think I was looking at one of the ingredients of the additives or whatever else they had in there, like, what the capsule was in and, whatever. And I purchased the other one, but I got the actual supplement details and the ingredients confused. And then it came in, I didn't look at it and poof. Yeah, that was not good. But it's amazing how sensitive you can get when you really eliminate a lot of things. When you actually are super consistent with what you consume, you notice those little fucking differences. You notice the little subtleties. You notice. Anna, I am a music student and I really need school to be normal in September. What does that mean? I mean, everyone needs you don't need shit. Don't get your hopes up. That's important right now. I mean, a lot of people quote need things to be normal, but nothing's going to be fucking normal in September. That's the last word that's going to come to mind when September rolls around is normal in comparison to now or before. Nothing's going to be normal. You don't go back to normal after this situation. This is going to change a bunch of things and needs to change a bunch of things. The response to these issues, the preventative measures for the next thing that's going to happen. Can you imagine if this was worse? And it's bad enough already, but can you imagine if the mortality rate was like 50%? Can you imagine if 1 in 2 people were fucking dying, regardless of age and regardless of health? It was just mowing people down. Can you imagine what the fuck would be going on? Literally, it would be like one of those movies, and it would literally be end of days type shit. That's a plague. Like, that's something that's just wiping through people. So we're very fortunate, but this should be off the fucking radar so far in terms of vulnerability, in terms of fear. It really should. This needs to, this is literally what I've been saying, for a while on this podcast about this topic. We need to be so far off the fucking radar when it comes to taking this seriously and being scared out of our fucking minds. We need to be so fucking scared that we need to be calm and collected and logical about this. So we need to be like, holy fucking shit. Okay. What do we need to do right now? And then keep on going on that vein even after it's handled, because we need to prepare dramatically for the next one, to prevent the next one, to make sure that never happens again. To make sure, and not that it never happens again, but so that when something like this rears its head, like let's say we start, can you imagine like in December when the coronavirus first started in China, right? When it first popped up, what if every country was like, and it just like everyone hit the fucking button. We all knew, we all like perked our heads up and we're like, holy shit. And we shut shit down even for like a week. It was like a mandatory 7-day shutdown. Once we had that outbreak, and then everyone for 7 days paid attention. And then all of a sudden after 7 days, maybe we came back out like, okay, careful. We limit travel to that country. It's like an instant ban, but like a temporary, like a countdown timer, to allow people to actually gather information. So 7 days isn't enough to like throw people out of like such a flow. let's say you get stuck in a country for travel purposes, it's 7 days. It's like you deal for like, a week. It's not the worst. You know what I'm saying? Like we need to have some kind of like emergency switch that is going to seem extreme. It would have seemed insane, last year. That's ridiculous. Now it doesn't seem so insane. That could have stopped this thing completely or mitigate it huge, like hardcore containment, right? I don't know. I know there's a lot of moving pieces to that, but there should be like this fucking like emergency like red button that you hit, right? Like those trap doors, you hit it, when you have like the storm doors, like the blast doors, everything comes down and you cocoon. Legit. Stephen, I was listening to something this morning that an expert and his scientist peers says the quote confirmed case and multiply it by 10, and that's probably how many actual cases there are. Most people are just asymptomatic for the first week they're infected. Asymptomatic, and also some people just are mild symptoms or asymptomatic, period. Like people, that's the crazy thing, is you can carry it and not have any symptoms. I wonder how many, I mean, you wouldn't know, right? Because those people wouldn't get tested, but I wonder how many people are actually like literal. Like, I mean, how many people could literally have it that that feel great? Or if you have it, are you always kind of like, oh, I feel a little sluggish, maybe you have a little sniffle and then you're fine. Like, I wonder how it actually, what does asymptomatic mean? Like, can you be completely, hey, I'm great, and you test positive, like, and feel completely normal? Well, I think that's smart, John. John says, I won't even think about returning to the gym till late fall. Even then, we will see. I got what I need here. I'm good. This is something that I think is very important for everyone to understand. And the reason why I'm talking very like, we're not going back this year, just assume into the end of the year. Literally, if you assume and you plan and you prepare yourself, let's say December. I know that sounds fucking ridiculous, but we all know how time can fly, right? We all know that December is going to come fast. It's going to come quickly. That's what she said. So think about that. If you plan, as extreme as it might still seem, until December, I know it's like, holy shit, December. But if you plan psychologically, if you already dig in like, okay, this is life forever. I mean, it doesn't have to really be forever, but if you just say December, like if you actually strap in psychologically and make those preparations, you're going to be able to handle and find your new normal really quick. And then every day when people are continuously freaking out, you can reassess the situation, but you already have your flow. You already accepted it. That's really what it is. It's acceptance. You have to accept your situation and now make the best of it. That's literally what it is. Because if you're one of those people that, and I hear this from, I just hear this through the grapevine, through friends and friends of friends that are saying, hey, my job is paying me through the 18th. Okay, well, they're not going to keep on paying you if they're not making money. Businesses are going to go under, or they're going to let everyone go and try to go digital, or just save capital until maybe they can reopen and rehire, in a year or two. Who knows? Like, nothing's going back to normal in a week. Nothing's going back at the end of April. Oh my God, everything's going to be better. Get the fuck out of here. When they're saying peak in June, peak, that means it's going up in April. That means it's going to go up in May. That means in June, it's going to be the highest number every day. And then guess what happens on the back end of that curve? You're still getting a ton of people that are sick every fucking day, because that curve has to be high and then slowly go down. That's what a curve is. So people that think like, hey, it's going to be over. This ain't no cliff. It's going to keep on going up gradually and gradually. And look, it can go up and flatten, and then it can fucking go up higher. Have you ever looked at a graph? It can keep on going up. It can go down a little bit, and they can go right back up. Why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? You start now, let's say with isolation, all of a sudden you start letting people back out. Then you have a lot of asymptomatic people that spread it really fast. And now you already have maxed out healthcare system and maxed out hospitals. You're fucked. You're fucked. We have to lock this shit down for months. Everyone, the experts know it. They just can't come out and say that up front. They have to keep on extending it and extending it. They have to give people little breadcrumbs so they don't go insane. That's a psychological, that's a mob mentality, mob psychology, or like, group psychology, social psychology, whatever the fucking term is. That's literally what it is. You can't just tell people, hey, stay inside for a year, even if it's true. Again, the public can't handle that kind of information. Individuals can handle it. That's why when we talk here, everyone that's watching, we can handle it. It's not like it's going to be easy, but as per the board, fuck easy. Fuck that shit. It's not supposed to be easy. Because guess what? If you make it through this and you make some gains and you build yourself and you strengthen yourself, body and mind, can you imagine what happens if things ever went back to anything remotely normal? How fucking you'd be crushing it. It's always about what you can do when the times are tough. Right? It's always what you can do when the times are tough. This is what shows what people are made of. What are you made of? What are you made of? What are you representing to your friends? What are you representing to your family? When people look at you, when they hear you talk, when they see what you're doing, if they watch your actions, if they watch what you do, what are they seeing? Are they seeing a fucking jabroni? Are they seeing someone that's fucking laying it down? Or are they seeing someone that's complaining and whining and getting fat and just stuffing their face? I'm so bored. Wah, wah, wah. Fuck you, cunt. Get off your ass and do something. That's what I say. That's what I say. That's what she says. Or she said, probably. There's probably something in there that she said or she would have said. That's not funny, Pedro, you motherfucker. Did you hear how Xfinity was going to shut down all servers nationwide for 3 days? That's not funny. You take away people's internet, you're going to have riots, people. Don't do it. Don't do it. Here's what I'm really worried about this. We're coming up on hurricane season. You have people that are socially distancing and you have a hurricane. You take out power in the... Oh, my God. We need to make sure... Fuck. I fucking hope there is... I really, really, really fucking hope we can make it through this hurricane season and we don't have problems. If this is a bad hurricane year, and I will be honest, it's been so long since we've gotten fucked in Florida with the hurricane. I'm not jinxing shit. I'm putting it out there because I don't want... This is like... I mean, talk about being due for like a beast. I mean, anyone that lives in Florida knows we've been teased. We've had like everyone fleeing the state. We've had get the fuck out and it kind of missed. We have had get the fuck out and it hit, but kind of we haven't had like, bottom of the ninth, 2 outs, pitcher hangs a fucking curveball, bases loaded. And fucking, we're talking like, and Barry Bonds, like we're talking like juiced Barry Bonds. We're talking like peak juice, we're talking fucking like, early 2000s, fucking boom into the bay. Get the fuck out of here. Barry Bonds with that fucking huge steroid jaw. We're talking Ken Griffey Jr. We're talking Super Nintendo Ken Griffey Jr. baseball. We're talking fucking can of corn. Yeah. Ba, ba, ba. How many people did I just bring back? Yeah, you like that shit? Suck on that. Mike Stuttle, 21 million phone users in China have dropped their plans. That's unheard of. The Chinese are mandated by government to have phones. Where did they go? Oof. Did they die or did they... Really? They dropped their plans. So, is that legit? That's creepy. Did you guys see that recent documentary in which they exposed how illegal wet markets are still selling live animals in Bangkok despite the ban? Can you imagine what goes on in fucking Bangkok? Can you imagine? I've never been, but I don't think, I think wet markets are probably the least illegal thing that goes on in Bangkok. I would just assume that is the tip of the goddamn iceberg. Like the tip of the spear. Just the fucking... literally just a... I mean, I don't think anyone... Only the experts are... maybe have any kind of inkling about what's going on in China. I mean, I would not doubt that they fudged their numbers and undershot it. It would seem like something that got out there. They're trying to keep hush-hush because they make most of the world's shit. They don't want it to be like, oh my God, we have a plague here. Everyone's going to know. So you think 21 million people died and they dropped their cell phone plans. They just evaporated. Yikes. And also, one of the problems with China is just the dense population. When things spread, they spread so much faster than other countries. So for the United States, it might be a longer ramp up, but like compared to China, you might have a really sharp spike really fast because you have just so many people on top of each other, many more people, much more dense than the United States, much more, more dense than probably anywhere in the world is just people that are just in this fucking 60, 70 million, people area in this like larger city area. Whereas maybe in like the New York City area, you have 15 million people as opposed to China where you have 60 or 80 million people, which is fucking ridiculous. So multiply New York and like the speed and multiply it by like 10 times in terms of like the ramp up and the exponential spread of something like that. Kashina, should I consume a gallon of water a day or should I drink less based on my activity level? I mean, you're gonna figure out what you need. Obviously, if you're less active, you need generally less water and less calories. But you can also depends. I mean, I'm drinking plenty of water. You're gonna know. You're not gonna over drink water. Just keep on drinking. Just keep on drinking. Drink before you're thirsty. Drink plenty of water. But yeah, I mean, it just makes sense. If you're exercising less, if you're using less energy, if you're doing less things physically, you don't need as much energy. You're not going to be utilizing as much water. However, if you're still exercising, you're in warmer climates and things like that. And some people just need more water than others, but I would make sure you're still focused on getting plenty. It's very challenging. It's very hard to overdrink water. Overdrink meaning like you're drinking to the point of like it not being good for you. Speaking of which, peeing clear is no problem for me. Peeing clear, no problem. Let's see. Candace, I was working the front lines. I have an 8-month-old with a heart condition. Oh, geez. We ultimately decided the risk wasn't worth it this week. We will definitely be hunkered down until well into fall. Gotta be, right? Gotta be. Let's see. Yeah, I agree. Aaron says businesses need to let people go so they can file for unemployment. I mean, that's really why Disney did it. That's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons you have to. You have to give people the opportunity to find another job and to file for those things because if people are employed, they can't get unemployment. So you just kind of keep them on the record. You're bleeding money as a company and people aren't, but giving people unemployment, giving people money, that's one of the things that's scary. It's because you don't feel you don't feel valuable into society. If you're just collecting a check, you feel like, what am I doing? What am I adding? That's why I feel like it's great if people start vlogging, if people start recording their stuff, if people start a channel, it gives you an outlet. Like it gives me an outlet. We're able to talk about this. I'm able to voice my opinions, of course, and answer questions and keep you focused and, do the shit that we normally do for Swolenormous X and just for the Daily Swole. Nothing changes here, but you have that opportunity too. It doesn't just have to be me. You could do that as well. You can start something now and it's great. It's great for you too. It's great for you. I mean, it's great for me. It's great that we have this place to come together to every single day, especially since every single day is going to come and it's going to look very similar. It's going to look very similar every single day. You're going to see it's going to feel like this. It's going to feel like this a lot. It's going to feel a lot like this. A lot like this. That's just the way it is. Things will never be the same. A little Tupac. Yeah, 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 yeah. Swoleophonia. Dreaming, making guys. Little Tupac. Haven't listened to that song in a long time. And I think it's going to be a long time more. I got my fill right there. Heard the whole song in my head. I'm good now. Gave me my Tupac fix. Keep this in mind. The Spanish flu lasted for over 2 years. True. That was also 100 years ago. So hopefully it doesn't go as long. But let's say with technology, let's say with what we know and what we're aware of, and because we have that, okay, let's say we do half that time. That's still a year. That's a long time. So get ready, fam. I'm telling you, get ready. Very frustrated. Very frustrating. Frustrating. Yolanda, it's so frustrating that people don't understand how it works. No shit. It's frustrating that stupid people are fucking stupid. But hey, stupid people have been stupid for a long time, and there will be many, many more stupid fucking people. Frustrating as shit. What are we talking about? Let's see. If this was the military, you bet your ass we would tell troops, stay the fuck inside. That's an order. They would whine and complain, but it's for the good of everyone. Christiana Logsden, I don't really think we will ever go back to normal. In my opinion, this changes things. I think for sure. For sure. Siobhan Seymour, preach. Preach. Life is meant to be a challenge. If it wasn't, it'll be boring. Fuck easy. Fuck easy. Fuck easy.
Yow.
Brian Bodner, some idiot posted we are going black for 10 days. Said she had an inside source. People need to stop with their BS stories. What do you mean we're going black for 10 days? Oh, you mean like with digital and stuff? Like we're turning off like power for 10 days? Like why would that happen? How would that make things better? That would be the worst thing to do. Let's see. Kaylin Podolek. How can I train to do pull-ups without an at-home bar? Any other exercises to help train towards pull-ups? Thanks, Papa. Yeah, I was going to get one of those. I actually ordered one for the door, and I must have fucked up the measurements because it's too wide. So they're usually all sold out. I saw one that did pop up that I almost ordered, but the recent reviews were like it was missing bolts and it was missing this, and I think a lot of them were just restock or they're just junk. I was like, fuck it. I have if you see right over here, over my shoulder, right over here, I have like the parallel bars, the dip bars, the equalizers. So I do inverted rows. You can also do bands. So you could do this if you have an incline bench. You could do bands. I mean, you can't do pull-ups. You're not going to be able to do pull-ups like this. But you can do a high pull. You can go prone on a bench and do like, it's kind of like the reverse of a prone press, and you pull down. So it's used prone on a bench. So you're kind of getting similar muscles. It's nothing like an actual pull-up because you're not pulling up your body weight. But you might be able to go to a park, possibly. You might be able to find something. You can have one of those, again, the door frame ones, if you could find one on Craigslist, or those things will be back in stock eventually. You think, maybe, and then Amazon's not. Things are, again, the longer that this stuff is going on, eventually things will kind of find a new normal and companies will keep on producing stuff. One thing that I can assure you is that whenever this does find a new normal, obviously home gym companies and exercise and workout equipment and stuff that's designed to be done at home will grow more popular. Like they're going to restock, because if we're still stuck here, there are plenty of people that will love to continue to purchase more equipment. So I guarantee these things are going to restock. There'll be plenty of stuff, and there's going to be new designs and new things that come out eventually for at-home training. So the home workout crew and the home workout equipment and the home gym industry, once industry kind of gets back up and running, is going to be quite popular. So Swolenormous X fam, we are in a good position because that's what we do. We do our training wherever we are. Swolenormous X is Swolenormous X is essential. It's absolutely essential. It's like fucking breathing. Meditation, yoga, training, community, every single pillar, every fucking day, fam. Every fucking day, I'm amped. I just got fucking amped. We're crushing it. We're fucking crushing it. Let's go. Let's go, fam. Let's go. Let's go. But you can do, going back to you, Kaylin Podolek, you can even, like, if you have a door anchor, check this out. If you have a door anchor for a band, you can maybe also put like a towel through that door anchor and do wall pull-ups, kind of like a TRX. You can make your own TRX potentially. If you close, I would definitely go against the door. So you're pulling it through the frame, not like you're pulling it with the door. So if you have one of those loops for bands that can go in a door, you can put a towel there and do and create your own little mini TRX. RBI baseball. Oh shit. Oh, let's see here. Katya, hi Papa. In the Netherlands here, there has been made a connection between COVID and obesity. 90% of the people on the IC with COVID are obese. Premise is that the virus clings to the receptors of fat cells. No shit. Well, I eat a lot of fat. Brandon Butler, we now have a hospital dedicated to COVID. My boyfriend works there. This whole sanitation thing before coming in the house is intense. Oh, jeez. Christiana, my cousin is a nurse in New York City. He told me shit is insane there, that this is a lot worse than anybody thinks it is. Be careful, calm, and stay healthy, fam. That's the thing. You start distancing yourself so you're not in the middle of it. You don't notice. You're not in the hospital, so you don't notice what's going on in the hospital because you're not there, obviously. And then you hear from people that are medical professionals that they're not into the scare tactics. I mean, listen, you ever talk to a nurse who's like, oh yeah, and they're fucking assholes laying on the floor, and I was like holding it like, Sammy, what am I going to do with this fucking prolapse asshole? And they're like, I don't know, Timmy. Snapchat. Right? A huge exaggeration. And that got dark really quick, but nurses are usually not grossed out by a lot of things because they've seen a lot of shit. And doctors see a lot of shit. I mean, some doctors are grossed out by smells and okay, so you take the precautions, but most, I mean, you've seen some fucked up shit. So when doctors and nurses are saying this is serious stuff, this is holy fucking shit, this is no joke, that's disconcerting because usually they're always the ones at parties or in group outings when you're talking like, yeah, whatever, they're fine because they've seen so many goddamn things. They've seen the grossest of the gross, and if they're fucking freaked out, that's scary shit. Let's see here. Papa should design at-home workout weights. Nope. No need to do that. I'll let someone else do that. I don't want to design workout weights. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't want that. I don't want to design shit. I mean, real weights work out great at home. There are people out there better than me that can design weights. By the way, Body Elastics bands are sold out. Of course they are. They've been sold out. Of course they are. I wasn't saying it like you can actually get them still. I'm just saying they're awesome. The TV is blowing up for at-home training. It's insane. Yeah. Everyone's like, oh, I'm doing live classes. I'm doing another thing. I'm like, welcome to the fucking party. Welcome to the party. We've been fucking doing that for a while. Welcome to the new age. I remember my first beer. Yeah, we're crushing that shit. Hell yeah, Phil. Honestly, now that I have Swolenormous X, I'm not going back to the gym. Why should you? Listen, to be honest, I've actually considered not going back to the gym already. I'm like, I'm having sick workouts here. If anything, I would just build out what I have here better. What would I be going back to the gym for? Of course, like maybe heavy hip bridges and stuff. You get kettlebells. You do kettlebell swings, and you do single leg bridges and shit. And what am I missing? What am I missing? Heavy barbell squats. I can go without that. The only time I've ever gotten like tweaked or had pressure or like issues with my knee or my back has been from shit like fucking barbell squats, limiting range of motion and stuff. So, I mean, there's really no loss. There's nothing. Most of the things that I maybe have had issues with in the past at the gym is usually the stuff that I don't have here. So it's like, you mean I'm going to do more mobility? I'm going to do more stuff that works and fits my body type? I think you get better workouts at home. They should. They're actually using that. Now they're using Central Park for something useful. Should be a jungle. Should just let it be a jungle. I'm not a big fan of like heavily groomed artificial nature spaces. It's kind of weird. But there's plenty of space there. I grew up in New York City, so I do have context for that. I'm aware of it. Been many a time. Silver's Beats, hell yeah, I swear without the Swole fam and the 7 pillars, I don't want to imagine the kind of hell my life would be. I feel like shit if I skip any of the pillars for even a day. 1000%. Me too. Me too. Christiana, just got a notification for all students at my daughter's school to come pick up all student belongings from lockers and desks. We healthcare people have a morbid sense of humor for a reason. This is scaring us. I know. I know. Let's see here. I am a radiologist and work in ER. Unfortunately, I have seen a prolapsed asshole. See? I knew it. I fucking knew it. I knew it. I told you. I told you. Everyone was like, ew, you're talking about prolapsed assholes. I told you. I told you. I told you that was possible. Did you forget what you were watching? Did any of you? If it's your first time, welcome to the Prolapsed Asshole Show. I might just rename it. The greatest fucking podcast in the realm. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. I do want to make an announcement that I have been approached. Super funny. Got a DM from Fit T. That's right. I got a DM on Instagram from Fit T. That's right. The fucking company with like 1.5 million followers that promotes that Fit T bullshit. They found me on TikTok and messaged me on Instagram about a sponsorship or their products or their Fit Tees. Oh, so apparently they don't pay attention at all. They're just going after me for the follower count. They poked the wrong bear, you dumb assholes. Fit T. I wonder if I'm going to accept that offer. Fucking idiots. I hate that complete disconnect. I hate that complete disconnect from people that literally just spam and be like, hey, we saw your account and we love to partner up with you. Fuck you. You don't know jack shit about me, obviously. I hate your goddamn garbage. Stupid fucks. Fit T. Candace, people come in the ER all the time for the butt stuff. That's what she said. Prolapsed in 7. There you go. Prolapsed in 7. There you go. Ellen Josephine just joined on the prolapsed asshole. Okay, fam. There you go. Okay. That's the beautiful thing about the podcast is you just tune in. You don't know what you're going to get. You're like, okay, you might just join. You might just tune into the live stream. And I just literally said the words prolapsed asshole. And you're like, I need to scrub this backwards a few minutes to get some context on that. Did I tell him to fuck off? I did not. Not yet. No, I wouldn't even, I'm not going to respond to that bullshit. I'm not going to respond to that. If anything, I'll make a YouTube video about it. Now I'm actually, look, I'm just grateful that I'm looked at as an influencer now. I'm at that level. Now I'm influencer status, fam. I've made it. I've officially made it. Now I'm an influencer. Yay, Papa Swolio. Yeah. Will, prolapsed in 7. So super heavy squats. Yow. Super heavy squats. Yow. Yow. The prolapsed butthole. Yow. Yeah, the scary thing is we're getting so many mixed reports from people that are really healthy that are getting sick and dying. And it's like, well, fuck. Is that genetic? Is that because you're exposed to it directly or hard? Is it because of... And that's scary. It's like, well, shit. Is that happening because it's another country? Is that because those other countries had it first and now it's like maturing and it's developing? I don't know. I'm not convinced that we can really... I don't know. It really stinks. It really stinks to... that there isn't a lot of information that's being, there's, in other words, I mean, more so that there's information that we're not getting. I don't know. I'm not buying the mainstream. I never bought that fucking, oh, old people are only ones that are getting it. Well, unhealthy, yeah, but unhealthy are going to succumb to those symptoms first, like anything. But here's the thing. When you say someone like a couple of Spanish police, like you don't know. They're in their 30s, died being fit and healthy. Well, most people's definition of being fit and healthy is not my definition of being fit and healthy. So I'm always very, very skeptical by someone else's. Like when someone else says, oh, I eat really healthy. Yeah, well, tell me a little bit about you eating healthy. And usually it's really fucking unhealthy. So it's all perspective. And I'm not saying that they weren't in good shape or good condition, but at the same time, it's like, well, a lot of people's definition of fit and healthy is not really that fit and healthy. But at the same time, you know, it's definitely... Is that right? Those are the unicorns of this. It is like getting hit by a bus. The Spain the Spain strain is different than the US strain. They are public servants. I'm noticing a connection. It's the Hydro Flask. That's how they found you. That's true. I'm guilty as fuck of those. I have two of them right over here. Wait, no, 3. I have 3 Hydro Flasks. So I'm definitely definitely guilty. I love the Hydro Flasks. Are fucking great. They're amazing. They're awesome. Oscar, gotta thank you for all the scorched earth unilateral leg exercises, bringing up my lagging right leg. You're welcome. Get some. Get some. Yow. Get some, bitches. Get some. Let's do a little bit of a water break. I'm thirsty. I gotta go film some videos, so let's get this chug party going. Everyone get your water. Drop some eggplants and some water droplets. Let's bust some nuts in the comments. Let's get some water going. And remember, hashtag fuck easy. Hashtag fuck easy. Fucking easy. What episode was that, Sarah Taylor? There was a former Olympic swimmer that got COVID and has lasting effects on his lungs. Joe Rogan was talking about it. What episode was that? Fuck. That sucks, man. Ah, Jesus Christ. Anyway, here we go. All right. Yeah, if you're interested in joining the Swole fam, if you're interested in checking out the memberships, go to swolenormousx.com and just click around and it'll explain everything for you. Be easy, beaches. Here we go. Let's get some water break going. 3, 2, come on, kitty. Come on. Let's go. Let's go. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Dance time, kitty. You like that shit, don't you? Yeah, you do. Yeah. Good kitty, yes. Good kitty, yeah. Yeah. Move out. Yeah. Dum 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 dum. What you looking at me, swine? Tess Hornaday. What you looking at me, Tess? What you looking at, Beesh? What the fuck you looking at? So here's the thing. Everyone, if we flatten the curve, I'm not trimming my beard, my stash. I'm not trimming shit until we flatten this fucking curve. Until we flatten the curve. When we flatten the curve, I'll cut my beard. All right? I will cut my beard when we flatten the fucking curve. So fucking flatten the curve. Everyone's going to be like, no, we're going to party. We want to see the beard grow. I ain't trimming shit. We'll see how long I can keep that promise. It's getting in the way. La la la. Water was cold as shit. I know, me too. I love you, beaches. I love you. I'll cut my beard when we flatten the curve. Just do your... Please. Come on. My beard is going to be to my... You know what? Yeah, it might be. Just fucking grow it out. Why? Like, so then when I'm doing the podcast and we're doing the fucking YouTube videos, I could be like, look at this fucking thing. Look at what you've made me. Look what you've turned me into. You've done this. You beaches. You made me this way. You made me this way. You did this to me. Why did you do this? Why did you give me this fucking beard? Y'all, why did you do it to me? Come on, why did you fucking put this bullshit on me? It's a fucking curse. It's a goddamn fucking curse. Excuse me. Apologies. Here we go. Let's give away the Swole card. Swole card. Dancing. Fuck easy. Fuck easy, easy. Easy peasy. Easy papa solio. Making gains. Fuck easy. Fuck easy. Fuck easy. Scrolling. Cerny, congratulations. Congratulations, my dear. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com, or as Tanaka says, I send it to support@swolenormous.com. So send us that email, and we'll send you this card. So Swole card, 1425 in the subject and your mailing address in the body of the email. Fuck easy. Everyone say congratulations to Cerny. Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations. Oh, fuck you jelly beaches.
Come on, stop whining.
You want some jelly? You want some bread with that fucking jelly? Don't be a boosh. Don't be a boosh. Be nice. Be nice. So let's cover a couple things. Reminder, yesterday's episode was a priority access episode. Priority access, members only. It's still in the announcement section of the private group, and it's also in Swole TV, so you can go check that out there and check out the brand new releases. More stuff coming. Going to go work on some good shit, and check out the YouTube video that I posted today. Will be posting on another one tomorrow, most likely. I'm going to post another juicy juice. Juicy juice. Stay tuned for all that good shit. Love you, fam. Thank you so much for joining me for episode 1425 of the Most Muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleazecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. See you tomorrow for 1426. Peace, McGee's fam. Deuce Magoose, ya boy. Papa Swolio. Oh, out.